who are playing in the red and navy strips against the yellow tops from Spain. We're ready to go, and it's Russia to get us underway. First kickoff of the afternoon, and the first take for Patricia Garcia. Spain looking to move this one. Fernandez de Corres again had a good afternoon yesterday. Spain, everything they tried seemed to come off for them. Physical fitness as well was a big factor, particularly in their win against the Irish, where they seem to handle the hot conditions an awful lot better than their European neighbours. First touch out on the wing here for Echevarria, who's wearing a scrum cap today. Ball back in the pocket to Garcia, who's got 3 outside her. Russians up quickly to make the tackle. Bystrova puts her opposite number down, and Garcia again looking for options. Bystrova back on her feet to tackle the Spanish scrum half. Pick off the blind side, and away they go. Fernandez de Corres. Garcia. And Spain looking to push this ball to the outside. Hamidova trying to make the tackle, leaves it for Bobkova to put Maria Ribera down on the ground, and then they try and spin this to the right-hand side. It's taken by Bina, and again, it's very lateral from Spain. They're not really making much headway, though. The Russian defence holding firm, and there's not a lot of creativity for these passes. They get the penalty, though.
Yeah, the Spanish don't tend to have much structure, and they tend to just go from width to width and not really going forward. I guess they lack that pace, which other teams have, but the Russians, you don't want to play into their hands. They're physical, they're strong, and defence in particular is one of their key aspects.
So Garcia opts to kick to touch just short of the halfway line, and it will be a line out to Spain. Russians yet to get their hands on the ball since the match kicked off, and Spain haven't got out of their own half despite having all of the possession in the first minute and a half or so.
You're almost waiting for that moment. Once Russia get the ball, they generally score because they manage their possession really well.
So Spain with the line out on the far side, taking their time over it. Russia and Hamidova get up really well, though, to spoil the party. Perestiak takes it, first receiver. Drakhova's on the outside here. She takes a little switch, no room to move really, but she's got 3 on the outside. Nice overlap for the Russians, and this is much better use of the ball. Hamidova calling for it on the outside. It's Hamidova who gets it, stretches those long legs of hers, trying to go around the outside. It's going to be the first strike for Russia. Hamidova touches down, and that's the difference between these two teams. Spain with all the possession, not able to beat 1 tackle. Russians 1 strike and 1 try to show for it.
Yeah, we said once Russia get a bit of possession, they're always going to make something out of it. Hamidova obviously going over there for the try, but Russia just very simple play. They just keep the ball in the hands, they retain it, they work it across to the edge, and Hamidova, she's really hard to stop. She's a strong player. Once she's hanging out on the touchline, hugging the touchline, you've got to close down really early. And Spain just don't have the pace to catch players like that.
They don't. It's been the weakness of their game over the last few years. They haven't managed to bring anyone through that can compete with that kind of pace, and any time they've come up against the big sides, they've been undone, bar maybe 1 exception, as I mentioned, in Amsterdam a good few years ago now. So 5 points to 0. The Russians lead it, 1 attack and 1 try to show for it. That'll do their confidence a world of good. And for Spain, it's back to the drawing board here and see what they can do if they can claim the restart. Nice high hanging ball. No one going to go out on the full, though, too much on it. Bobkova gave chase, but back for Spanish free kick on the halfway line.
I think the key thing here is how long can Spain keep hold of the ball. If they can keep hold of the ball, then they've got something to play with. But the minute Russia get hold of the ball, that's when they become quite dangerous. So Spain just have to be quite smart and just retain ball.
Garcia with the tap, looks to switch the play. Bravo. Out to Fernandez de Corres, and Spain enter the Russian half for the first time in the game. Again, pressure on them every time they have that ball. Garcia once more opts to go her own. Little step off her left. Russian defence equal to it though, and ball should be there for Urbina. Nice hands, Echevarria trying to go through the tackle of Bobkova. Hamidova comes across to wrap her arms around Bobkova, trying to steal it. Good clear out though by the Spanish, and then Hamidova takes one against the head. Perestiak fires one out. Now, chance to move this ball again. Drakova looking to use her pace on the outside. Drakova still going. just over halfway. A dig out from Bystrova. Prestiek, nice exchange with Hamidova. Lovely play by the Russians, Bobkova. Out on this near wing, and then nice feet. 1, 2, 3 defenders beaten and still going forward. Needs support now on that 10-meter line. Prestiek. Can't quite hold it, but it's gone backwards. Little dummy. And trying to get the hands free. Pass from Kukina back to Bobkova. Goes through the tackle of Ribera, and then Hamidova away with a strong fend, and she's going to get her second try. Hamidova, well, she made a few mistakes in her opening game for Russia yesterday, but that is what she can do on form, and today she is bang on it. 2 tries for Russia, both from the number 5, Hamidova.
Yeah, Hamidova is on fire at the moment. She's come out with a bit of a bang, but it all came from that quick play at the breakdown. Bobkova placed it. Hamidova is always looking for the space in front of her. Spain are just too slow to get to the breakdown area. And Baratier just couldn't get there for the tackle. You've got to go low on Hamidova. She's so strong, especially up top.
Conversion attempt is away to the right from Marina Kukina. So 45 seconds left at the first half, and it's Russia with 2 tries on the board, and Spain have barely been out of their own half. That's the tale of the tape so far. Russia restart. This one looks on the money. Safe pair of hands from Maria Ribera, and she can take the tackle. Nice counter ruck there by Bystrova, but she was in an offside position, not releasing. And then Patricia Garcia with a quick tap straight into contact, trying to power her way through. Not the biggest, but a good upper body strength from the Spanish number 4. All there for Bravo. And shipped on to Arbina, trying to find another way through that gap. This is Fernandez de Corres. Russians equal to Spain in everything they've tried with ball in hand so far. Echevarria twisting into the tackle, taken down by her opposite number. Bystrova watched her every step of the way. Garcia tries to find a bit of space. Maybe she'd straighten up there. She had Hamidova beaten on the outside. Spain retaining the ball. Half-time hooter has sounded. This will be the last act of the first half. They need to get something back and give themselves a foothold in this game. Ribera to Echevarria. Garcia. Bravo. 2 outsider. Hands might be good enough for Spain here. Russian defence drifting across. The tackle goes in, and Baratita. And again, it's slow coming back. Now Russian told to leave it. Garcia calling for it. Echevarria, and he got a penalty advantage as well for a late hit on the Russian defence.
Yeah, the Russians want to come out here, make a big impact. They've seen that Spain have got the ball. They maintain that possession. But you can't come from the offside position there, especially in particular when the ball had gone by Bystrova. We know what the Russians are like, though. They want to bully teams to make an error, and that's what they're doing, especially the breakdown area. And they want to make a big hit to show the Spanish that they're still there.
Well, they've got to keep them out here at the end of the first half. Don't want to concede a try. Nice run from Echevarria, has one on the outside. Echevarria puts the head down, and off she goes. It is going to be a Spanish score. It's taken 7 minutes, but Echevarria, it was in fine form yesterday, adds to her try tally in Dubai this weekend to put the Spanish right back into this game.
That's what we want to see from Spain. That's when they play their best bit of rugby, when they work the ball through the hands. And they just keep it simple, really. They actually use their patterns of play. And Echevarria was brilliant on day 1. She's got the pace, she spots the gaps, she sees that Bystrova is not connected in defence. And again, she's just got the pace. A real talented athlete.
Right-footed conversion attempt, which goes over from Garcia, so the gap goes from 10 points to just 3 on the stroke of half-time. It's Russia, though, who still lead it. 2 tries to the name, both from Hamidova, 1 back from Echevarria. Half-time score, Russia 10, Spain 7.
Края в край погонять, потом будет возможность ты играть там. И ну вперед.
You can imagine in that Russian huddle there, they probably were talking a little bit about defence. That last try came from poor defence. They weren't connected in the line, and they were trying to reload, and the Spanish just took advantage of that. But Spain, they just can't get in an arm wrestle with Russia. They're so physical, they're so strong. If anything, you're going to have that quick, get your 3 players in to clear out and pass the ball away at the breakdown area. Don't get into that arm wrestle match with Russia, because they will always beat you in that area.
Yeah, when they're switched on, Russia, they're a formidable opposition. The problem is they do tend, on occasion, to switch off, and that's exactly what happened for the Spanish try there. Just a bit of attention to one of the Spanish players, Maria Ribera, took a bit of a knock. Ribera back on her feet, and Spain to get us back underway. Next score critical in this one, you feel?
Yeah, Spain have got to come out now in this start of the second half and really get a try on. And also just be aggressive. They can't really sit back and hesitate. They've got to really put Russia under the cosh.
Place in the semi-final up for grabs later this afternoon as Patricia Garcia launches one high. A safe pair of hands underneath it. A decent take by the Russian captain Bobkova. Ball there for the Russians to try and use. Vanessa Bria forced back to try and defend. Nice strong fend as well from Elena Mikhaltseva. And then Drakova recycles to Perestiek. Russia keeping ball. Didn't have a huge amount of it in the first half. Spain with the majority of possession, but the Russians a lot more clinical. Here is Drakova again. Hamidova on the outside already has 2 tries to her name. That tackle looked high at Bokova. It was high. Adam Jones blowing the whistle. Penalty for Russia. And Spain warned to keep back 10 metres. Maybe lucky not to see a yellow there, but play on. And then a missed pass on the outside. Needs to sit up. It's not quite going to find touch. Mikhaltseva, nice little step. Mikhaltseva and the handoff. And off she goes. Mikhaltseva for Russia scores first. And another nail in the Spanish coffin. Brilliant strike run by the captain, strong fend, and away she goes.
That's what Russia are good at. They're able to really attack a broken field, and that's what they did there. The ball went out to the edge, and like most opposition, they tend to stop a little bit. Echevarria just hesitated, and straight away that's the opportunity for Mikhaltseva to back herself, accelerate away. And what footwork she's got there. Echevarria just thought the opportunity was there to make a tackle, and she just missed it. And you cannot give Russia that opportunity, that 1 second to make a difference.
Conversion attempt from the corner from Marina Kukina. Didn't strike her first one particularly well. That's a lot better. Has she got enough on it though? It's going to fall short. So 15 points to 7, and Spain 2 tries down, 8 points, 2 scores, I should say. And they will restart with just under 5 minutes left in the second half. New Zealand beaten in the first game by the United States of America. Russia on course at the moment to book their place in the semi-final. Patricia Garcia takes the loose ball. Hamidova told to let go. And then again, brilliant defence from Hamidova. She is on song today. Look at that strength in the counter-up to get possession back for Russia, and the penalty as well. Hamidova, player of the match so far, Maggie.
Oh, she's been absolutely instrumental at that ruck area. Yesterday she was just pinching balls from the contact, and now in the breakdown she's just clearing people out as if they're not there.
Daria Lushina with the penalty, and options on both sides for Russia. Prime attacking territory. Dummy switch in the middle. Lushina thought about going herself, but then she has Drakova, and why wouldn't you give it to the speedster? Pass on the outside. Mikhaltseva looking for her second. Mikhaltseva touches down, and that should be that. Mikhaltseva into the corner, gets the try, and Spain look out on their feet at the moment.
Oh, Spain aren't in this game, but Mikhaltseva, she is on fire herself. I mean, when you look at the way Russia are playing at the moment, they've got so many players who have pace, who have power, and are all threats. When you look at the way this try was scored initially, it all came from initially Drakova.
Conversion attempt, not a bad way to rack up a half century of tries. 50th sevens try for Mikaltseva. This is how she managed it.
Yeah, I mean, just the strength and the power to get over, but Zlotkova was the main one who really fixed them because they knew that she was also going to be a threat. And when you've got so many players who can offer that attacking option, it's hard for a defence to try and defend that.
20 points to 7, 3 minutes to play. Spain need a miracle now, and they need to score quickly. Ribera takes it into contact. Well tackled, though, by Daria Noritsina. Russian bench providing some fresh legs, forcing the knock on again. Spain going from bad to worse at the moment. An unforced error. Ribera looks frustrated, but in truth, she can have no complaints.
Nah, I mean, look, we talk about doing the basics well, especially at the breakdown area. You need someone to come in, clear out, and then put the ball away. That's what you've got to get right against Russia, and they just knock on, and I guess the pressure from Russia again isn't helping them.
So Lushina, scrum half to feed. Strike by the hooker. Lushina digs one out. Mikaltseva again, little wrap around. She's looking for a hat-trick here, you know. Mikaltseva on a hat-trick, trying to back herself in the corner. The pass to Drakova! You'd back her 9 times out of 10 to take that. Just reaching for it. The pass anyway was for it, it wouldn't have counted.
Oh, but you just think now, Mikaltseva has been sensational this game. She makes a break herself and she thinks, well, Zlotkova's open there. But good pressure by Echevarria from Spain, who stopped that pass from going that way. It's a bit odd not to talk about Zlotkova much, actually, in this game, because she normally scores all the tries.
Yeah, she hasn't had a sniff, really. 1 or 2 possessions, but it's been the tale of Hamidova in the first half, Mikaltseva in the second half, and Russia cruise control against the Spanish. Garcia trying to revive the Spanish fortunes here. Break over the 10-metre line. Must release as the tackle is made on Sabina Hurtado. And then they get the penalty. Garcia off the foot, says the referee, did not go forwards. And then the loose pass again. It's a shocker from Casado. And then the kick through from Amidova. Now she's on a hat-trick as well. Needs to get control of this ball. Kick and chase. It's got to go too far. And she gives up the chase. Spain with the option.
Yeah, I don't know. Hamidova has had a brilliant game today. I think Russia do the whole turning a defence into attack very quickly. Their speed of thought, and especially Hamidova, she's been really on it.
Garcia pass to nobody. Echevarria leaves it. Tackle goes in. Russian defence holding firm. Spain camped in their own half. Casado with the pass. Nowhere for Spain to go, though. Every time there's a fresh pair of hands on the ball, there's a Russian defender right up in their face. Echevarria trying to work the blind side. She's Spain's only try scorer in this quarter-final. 35 seconds to play. A game you feel gone now for Spain. There isn't enough time to get the amount of tries they need to get back into it. Echevarria once more looking to finish on a high in what has been a disappointing Spanish performance overall, but full credit to Russia. They have meant business from the first whistle, really. Just the one blot on their copybook so far. Perestiak goes in to try and counter up, has to leave it. Pick and go down the blind side. Whistle's gone, Losada. High tackle on her.
Yeah, Mikaltseva coming in there looking for that big hit, but it came around the neck shoulder area. Spain have one last chance to really finish this game on a high.
Garcia gets us back underway. Flat pass to Martinez, and again, Russians full of tackling. Good hit by Cristina Seredina. Spain try and work the blind side. Garcia once more has one outside, opts to go on her own. Sada calling for it, and then the pass looked forward from here. It was. Referee's whistle goes. That should be that. So, Spain